Bobby Martin's only 3 feet tall. Now, some might call that a shortcoming, but those who would probably never met Bobby. In 2005, he made national headlines by playing high school football. We caught up with this amazing young man in Dayton, Ohio, where his football career began, and found out what keeps him in the game of life. Football fans from all over came to watch Bobby Martin, number 99, take the field. And when he did, the stadium filled with an energy that only Bobby could exert. Bobby was born with Caudal Regression Syndrome, a rare congenital condition stunting the complete development of the bottom of the spine and legs. But it hasn't stopped him from pursuing his goals. Now, you made a decision back when you were in 7th grade not to use your wheelchair. Why did you do that?
Me and my friends, and it was like five or six kids from the neighborhood. We always hang together. Then we'd go places, and we'd catch the RTA bus. They'd get on the bus the normal way and go up steps, and then I gotta wait for them to let the lift down, bring it up, and then just slow up the process. And then we'd go to the mall, and then we go to the mall, they'd go up the steps, and then it'd be one friend that'd stay with me and go around to the elevator, and the elevator wasn't right by the escalator, so you gotta be like that. And then I just seen it in their face, like, man, I'm slowing up their process. So I'm like, I need to find a way to just, I could walk on my hands, but when I walk on my hands, it gets tiresome after a while. After going so far, like, you get tired on your legs. So I'm like, I was still pondering on it, like, what should I do? What should I do? So my brothers, they learned how to skate, and they skate real good. So I'm like, I want to skate. So we tried to skate. We put skates on my hands. That didn't work. Then I sat on some skates, like put them together. They tied the shoestrings together, and I sat on them. I was going like that. Then they wouldn't kind of guide together. They'd go their separate ways like that. And then the one guy was like, his name was Brad. He was like, I got it. So he went back in the back. They had some wood back there. They had a saw. He cut a little square out, and then he got some 4x4s and sliced them up and made it was like a little cart. It was like a little cart boxed in. So he made that, and then he use this as like a skateboard, but it got walls on it so you won't fall out. The walls wasn't that tall, but they was enough to come up to my waist so I wouldn't fall out. So as I got used to it and learned how to maneuver it, kind of knocked the wall. I got a hammer and knocked the walls off. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna use it like a regular skateboard. And then I just got better at it. And then my friend, I seen that he was a wood shop at a middle school. I'm like, why don't you design me a skateboard, make it have some grooves in it instead of just being boxed. Make it have some grooves in it or something. So that's where I got that first idea.
So you wear one out every year, is that right?
Actually, I wear one out, it'd be sooner than a year. I say every 2 or 3 months. So at one time, we'll try to make about 3 or 4 of them. I can switch them up. Right now, I got 3 of them, and I just switch them up whenever I want to. Like that. I wear them out. The board don't really be wear out. It's just the paint be chipped up and stuff like that. So when the paint chipped, I look at it as like a pair of shoes. I gotta give me a new one, paint it over or something.
You might say Bobby took his first step toward fame the day he said goodbye to his wheelchair and chose to find other ways to progress through life. This determined attitude is what got him onto the football field and eventually into national headlines like USA Today, the Boston Globe, New York Daily News, and Sports Illustrated. Tell me about that football game where you were asked to leave the field.
Well, it was we was playing, it was the 4th game of the season. We was playing Mount Healthy, Cincinnati, Ohio. And I played the first half, and they seen that their quarterback was getting kind of roughed up by me because I wasn't, when people talk trash, well, you ain't gonna get to me, this and that just get in my head, and then I'm gonna see everything out until I get to the quarterback. If I see somebody trying to block me, they was even trying to triple team me to move me to the side so the quarterback would not get touched. And it was just when I finally got to him, and then next play, it's about to be halftime, they got the ball, it's a minute on the clock left. And as you see, they was going for a touchdown, and then when I got to the quarterback, it's just he just started taking these. Let's get to the half. And then when the half came, the referees came to the locker, and came to our head coach like, you got a player that's ineligible to play. They like, who you talking about? He like, he ain't got no knee pad, he ain't got no shoes on, no cleats. He was like, who you talking about? So they looking at everybody. Then he was like, I just came from out of there. I don't see nobody without no cleats on. Then he was like, the one kid, number 99, he don't have any shoes on or no knee pads. So they like, all right. No, first they said he ain't got no shoes on. So they was like, okay. They tied shoes around my waist, and then they went to him like, so what you got to say about him now? He ain't got no knee pads on. He just can't play. Tell him to sit on the sideline. So when they broke the story, I didn't understand why I couldn't play. I understand why they was doing it because they was kind of trying to keep it a secret. They thought it was going to hurt my feelings or something. And then they was like, man, he came up to me, the assistant coach, Kerry Ivey, came up to me like, man, they tripping. They don't want you to play. He's like, they hating on you, dog. They hating hard. Then I'm like, what you mean by that? He's like, they said you can't play because you ain't got no knee pads on. So I'm like, all right, I'm just sitting on the sideline. I guess it's my season. I thought it was the end of it.
I sat down with Coach White and asked him what he saw from the sidelines.
What happened was we were getting ready to put Bobby in the game. It was after halftime. He had not been in the game up to that point. And the referee said he could not play because he didn't have the full uniform. Knee pads, thigh pads, and shoes. And one of our coaches made the remark, obviously he can't have the full uniform because he don't have a full body. And so somebody tied some shoes to the back of his jersey or something, and our athletic director told him to take that off. That's not necessary. And it kind of just went from there,
Did you think that might break his spirit, having experienced that? Was that a concern of yours?
I just basically told him this is something we got to deal with the state, Ohio High School Athletic Association, and we would get the situation rectified.
The Ohio State Athletic Association rulebook states a player must be on the field with knee pads and cleats. Obviously, this rule couldn't apply to Bobby.
My principal came up to me, Griff came up to me, he was kind of crying, and he was like, man, this is going to blow over. He's like, man, I love you. He was like, I love you like a son. He was like, don't give up, don't never give up. He was like, we're going to turn this whole thing around.
The ruling was reversed, and the Ohio State Athletic Association allowed Bobby to play.
It's a blessing, that's all I can say.
When we return, Bobby talks about his mindset to succeed.
Because that's my whole mindset, is to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to prove the world wrong if I have to.
Thank you for inviting us into your home. Each week we feature real people who deal with real-life issues head-on. Some of their experiences are uplifting, while others will break your heart. But in the end, the message is clear. Those who follow biblical principles on the issues of life are blessed. Become a partner with us in providing a positive, life-affirming message to help change the way the next generation values innocent human life. Please consider a generous gift to help offset the costs of producing this important quality programming. You can donate on our secure website at facinglife.tv or by calling the phone number on your screen during normal business hours. Together, we can make a real difference for life. Football player Bobby Martin made national headlines in 2005 for playing a high school football game without wearing cleats and knee pads. His reasoning? He doesn't have legs, so he can't wear a full uniform. I met up with Bobby in his high school weight room to learn what gives him the strength to tackle life without legs.
I don't really look at myself having no legs. I just look at me as an average person that's standing 6 feet tall. I basically forget that I don't have any legs because that's just not an object in my head.
Now, would you say you have a disability?
My definition is a disability is you're going to diss me in my face and tell me I'm not able to do anything.
So you'd say no?
No.
Is there anything you feel you can't do?
Really, nothing. Yeah, anything that someone challenged me to do, I'm going to try it until I accomplish it because I just got that mindset.
Bobby credits his mom for his tenacious mindset.
Without my mom, I probably wouldn't have accomplished none of this.
I talked with Bobby's mom, Gloria Martin, and asked her how she helped Bobby become so determined. Did you encourage him to try new things? Did you protect him?
No, I didn't protect him, which I should have, but I didn't. I let him try different things so he get some experience in doing different things. I didn't hold him back from doing anything.
Has anyone ever told you you couldn't do anything you wanted to do?
They told me I couldn't sack the quarterback, I proved them wrong. They told me I couldn't make a tackle, I proved them wrong. They told me I wasn't gonna graduate from high school, I proved them wrong.
Principal Gary Griffith is one individual who recognized Bobby's potential. What did you hope to impart in Bobby's life while you were his principal?
Bobby's biggest goal when he came to school was to play football again. And we all had our apprehensions about him playing football because he hadn't played in a while. And we knew that our team was we had a pretty good team at that time. Now, my goal was to get Bobby eligible again so he could play football. And the main thing when Bobby came to my school was a chance for him to show people that he could be a student athlete, that he could compete, and that he could be as respected as in the classroom in the school as well as anywhere else. And that's where our relationship started, because he knew, understood that I expected him to be there at school every day and to be in class and doing the best he could do. And that we did not compromise on that at all.
How do you think Bobby impacted his fellow students?
Bobby impacted his fellow students because when he came there, he had another type of reputation. Bobby's always been street smart, street wise, because he's always had that opportunity. He was always attracted to different people, and people seen the strength that Bobby had, and they kind of took advantage of it. But when he came to school, when he came to Colonel White and started coming to school every day and going to the classroom, they seen that he could compete with them in the classroom as well. They've seen that Bobby was articulate, very smart, very common sense, unbelievable. And then he had that athletic talent. He was a citizen. That's the thing that impressed him also. He did what we had expected him to do every day. And he was so easygoing.
Did you learn anything personally from Bobby?
Bobby's a role model for us every day. Every day that I would feel bad coming to work, or anybody else feel bad, I would look at Bobby or think about Bobby. Bobby every day is motivation for everyone. I found when Bobby got on that football field to see how he competed, it was just amazing. It was a story unfolding every time he went on that field.
Bobby's story continues when we return.
Whether you're a student needing answers, a parent needing help, or a concerned citizen wanting to make a difference, Life Issues Institute has the resources you need to put your values into action. Life Issues Institute is an international educational organization committed to protecting innocent human life. Life Issues Institute knows what it takes. That's why millions throughout the world turn here for help. Life Issues Institute has authored more pro-life publications than any other entity in the world, and its materials are printed in over 30 languages. Radio broadcasts, newsletters, and a website filled to the brim with the answers you're looking for are just a click away. Go to facinglife.tv and click on the link to Life Issues Institute to find out more about how you can change the heart of a nation.
Football player Bobby Martin earned national fame for breaking the rules in a high school football game. He then went on to win an ESPY award for the best male athlete with a disability, as well as the admiration of millions. He and I recently sat down to talk about what he's doing now and what's in store for his future.
Right now I'm playing semi-pro football for the North Coast Vikings in Cleveland, Ohio, and that's basically my main goal, like to finish the season out and finally get some shots at the Arena Football League, because that's basically what I want to do, is play arena ball.
Academically, you've just finished your freshman
year.
At what college?
Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio.
Oh, okay. Now, you haven't decided where you're going next year yet, but
no.
Where are you considering going?
My main goal, I want to get to a Division I school.
So your decision is going to be based on the football opportunities then?
That counts too, the football program, but it's also the work ethic. Like, I want to know, like, what's the rate of the graduation class and stuff like that.
So you're very interested in the academic, qualifications of the school.
Correct.
Not so much as football then.
Correct.
Okay. So what do you want to do when you get out of college?
I want to play arena football. I just, for some reason in my eyes, I can see myself like just being successful. Like either way I'm gonna get it, I want to have a nice house, have a kid, 2 kids, and just be married in a big house. Not really that big, but a nice house, nice car. I just always see that in my eyes, and just whatever I got to do that, if it's playing football, going to college, whatever it may be, I just see myself doing that.
Now, I understand you're writing a book. Do you have a title for it yet?
Right now we're deciding between the two, either Make It Count or Walk Like a Man, but it's leaning more towards like Make It Count, because everything that I've done, I made me as being there, made it count. Every play I got in, I made it count.
So it's a book about your life?
Correct.
Okay.
Trials and the tributes that I've been through, the struggles, because I was raised single mother, single parent, just not having everything in the world, but just like kind of getting to be whatever I need.
You were born to a single mother. Probably income was a concern. And by many people's standards, you were disabled or handicapped. Many people would have urged your mother to get an abortion had she known that was the case. How do you feel about that?
Like, my mom said for one, she didn't believe in abortions or nothing like that. Well, basically in my ultrasound, you really couldn't tell that I didn't have legs. But when I came out, it was like, so many people were telling like, is you gonna give them up for adoption or something like that? She's like, no, that's my blood, that's my child. My mom just like, from the day I was born, all the surgeries and stuff I went through, it's just like she just always been there for me.
So what would you say to people who would advise women to have abortions when their children were born with similar situations?
Like, that's wrong. I mean, even though the child may have a disability, they still have a soul, they still have a brain, they still have feelings.
Coming up, Bobby tells us why he started running on his
I
arms.
always been able to run fast because when I was little, I used to get a kick out of chasing people.
Facing life.
Every day, people face critical life or death choices. The mission of Life Issues Institute is to educate them about the beauty and uniqueness of each stage of human life, empowering people to act from knowledge and not out of fear. Helping others make life-affirming choices wouldn't be possible without the financial support of compassionate people like you who understand the value of every life. We invite you to become a charter member of Life Issues Institute's Saving Babies Club. As a member, we'll send you our monthly communication, Life Update, to keep you informed on critical life issues in our ever-changing world. You'll also receive a special gift to remind you of your partnership in helping to protect innocent human life. Help us empower those making life or death decisions by joining today. Visit our website at facinglife.tv to learn how you can make the difference that saves a baby's life.
Facing life. Facing life.
Explain some of the mechanics to me. How can a guy without legs run down the field? How do you do that?
Well, my arms being so strong, I use them as my arms as my legs, so I kind of use them like that. I always been able to run fast because when I was little, I used to get a kick out of chasing people and being scared of me. I don't know why. They'd just be scared of me, and I used to chase them down the block, and then after they come back, they'd end up being my friend. That's how I made a whole lot of friends. And it was just amusing to me because my brothers would be like, go run out and see if you can scare this person. And I'd go run out, and then they'd be scared. One day when I was little, it was this girl, she was terrified of me. She was very terrified of me. When she seen me, she just took off running, and I chased her onto somebody's porch, and then I was like, rah! She was so scared, and then, like, later on that day, she came with her mom, and then they made me apologize, and I was like, it was just a joke, and then she was like that, and then a couple months later, she ended up being my girlfriend.
Wow. What, quite a transformation in your relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. We obtained some pictures from Bobby's past, and I asked him to tell me the story behind one of them. Now, this is a picture with attitude. Tell me about that one.
This is a picture, homecoming night.
Ah.
I won homecoming king, and it was like the after party for the homecoming. So I kind of took a picture like that, just crossed my arms, like, because I always dreamed of being a high school football player that wins homecoming king.
It took Bobby years of perseverance to get to this point of recognition. I wanted to know what advice he could lend to others. If somebody was facing hurdles similar to what you faced in life, what advice would you give them?
Just never give up. Suicide should never be an option for no one. Just make every day count. If you're down and out, find something to cheer you up. Read a book, something.
There's always something you can look to.
There's always something you can look to, like shoulder you can lean on.
And with this attitude, is there more in store for Bobby's future?
Bobby's story is going to continue. I think some people thought after high school Bobby's was going to be through. They thought he would be through at the graduation, but won ESPY, and Bobby knows the impact he's had on this city. And he knows that if anything he does now, he'll be letting out a lot of people if he doesn't continue on and accomplish the things that we think he can do later on in life.